Good morning and welcome to our webinar, Work from Anywhere, Communication from Anywhere, Anytime, on any device. Before we start, we've got a couple of housekeeping items to review. Everybody is muted, so there's no background noise. We do have a Q&A window today that's available for use for any questions or maybe even comments you may have. In addition to introducing our guest, to also serve as the moderator, we'll also have in the background our marketing coordinator, Courtney Hicks, and also our general manager, George Love. There'll also be a time available after the webinar to ask questions, and we'll either answer them during our webinar or set up a time to answer your specific questions. Our contact information will be provided at the end of the webinar for you to get in touch with us here at LammTech. In addition to our live webinar, we'll also provide a link to the recording should you want to review what you learned today or want to share your knowledge with another person in your organization or even share it with others. Without further housekeeping items, so let's go ahead and get started here today. Again, good morning. I'm Doug Sokolowski, the account manager for LammTech, and we do appreciate your time here this morning and welcome you to today's webinar. For those that are newly joining us, LammTech aligns IT solutions with your growth initiatives. Now, we have an overall goal to take care of your technology so you can focus on your day-to-day business and also stop expanding those problems. LammTech offers managed services to maintain your security, help desk support, consulting, as well as data recovery along with backup services. And we also have another addition that we're going to talk about today. Which is our theme. It's geared towards how communication has changed just significantly and even drastically, especially with more people working remote for various reasons. We'll be learning about how one of LammTech's newest partners, RingCentral, can help you transform your communications internally as well as externally from anywhere, at any time, on any device. Now, we're joined by our regional partner manager with RingCentral, Brice Kohara, who will be explaining to us the benefits of RingCentral and how it can improve your communication drastically. So without further ado, let's go ahead and introduce our guest here today. Good morning, Brice. How are you today?
Good morning. I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing great as well. Ready to get things going with summer ending, fall coming up quickly. Before you know it, the end of the year.
Perfect. Well, thank you all for joining. My name is Brice Kohara. I'm going to switch over to the PowerPoint right now that I have for you. Are you all able to see my PowerPoint?
I can see it, Brice.
Perfect. Awesome. So my name is Brice Kohara. I'm the regional partner manager for the South Central region here at RingCentral, and I am very thankful to have this opportunity to meeting with you folks today to kind of go over the benefits of RingCentral as well as the overall benefits of moving to cloud communications from what you're traditionally using, which is your on-site PBXs. So we'll just dive into this right now. RingCentral is the largest and fastest growing cloud communications provider out there here in the US as well as globally. Currently, we have over 1.4 billion plus in total revenues, 41% year-on-year total revenue growth, and 500 million plus year-on-year enterprise ARR growing at 62%. I like to show this slide because a lot of our customers want to ensure that investing in their communications platform, they want to make sure they invest with a customer or a provider that will be around for a long time and showing positive growth. So just wanting to highlight that RingCentral is continuously growing quarter on quarter and year on year. We actually just highlighted something on LinkedIn as well as with our customers that we are currently at 5 million UCaaS seats currently right now. So we have 5 million users on our MVP platform to date, and we see that number continuing to grow.
Hey, Brice.
Yes.
We're only seeing the first slide.
Oh, sorry about that.
No problem.
Are you seeing the second slide now?
No, I see your the PowerPoint with the slides listed to the side.
Okay, hold on, sorry, let me go and Share. There you go. There you
There we go. Perfect.
Awesome. Perfect. Sorry
Thank
about
you.
that, guys. Technical difficulties working with 3 screens. So as I mentioned, this is our financials, and one major highlight, 5 million plus seats currently on the RingCentral MVP platform. Another great thing with RingCentral is we are an industry leader for the UCaaS space. A lot of customers do look at the Gartner Magic Quadrant and some other quadrants to select providers just to see where their providers land. So right now, RingCentral is up to the right. We're right under Microsoft, but still a little right of Microsoft. And Microsoft is definitely a key player within the UCaaS space, mainly focused on the collaboration piece. They do also have their telephony piece, but it's brand new to the marketplace. So a lot of customers don't necessarily trust Microsoft for their phone system portion and rely on RingCentral for that. And with that, we do have a very strong integration with Microsoft Teams, as we know that a lot of customers like to utilize Microsoft Teams for their internal collaboration. So we have a very strong native as well as a web-based integration into Microsoft Teams, where our customers are able to utilize the collaboration aspects from Teams and with RingCentral as the phone or the telephony piece behind that. So if you are a Microsoft Teams user and you're interested in learning more about that integration, please feel free to reach out to the amazing people at LammTech, who will then engage with my team to ensure we get you folks further information. So on to the good stuff. So currently with on-premise PBXs, there are a lot of barriers that customers face on a daily basis. The way that we communicate has definitely changed, and the way that we go about business has definitely changed. And there are just limitations with on-site PBXs that we run into, from hybrid workforces to inefficient workflows, the inability to scale, poor customer experiences, and just joint communications, just to name a few. What we are trying to accomplish in today's workforce is to overcome these barriers and provide our customers with a more easy-to-use, robust communications experience where they can work from any device, anywhere, at any time, and provide the customers, as well as their internal communications, with the ability to be productive and to scale. So some of the benefits of our cloud communications, one of them is easy to manage. With RingCentral Cloud Communications, our MVP solution, all changes are made through an admin portal. So an administrator doesn't even need to be a technical administrator. It's a really easy process, an easy system to learn. Everything is done through one administration portal, rather than the traditional PBXs where your engineers, you have to have specific engineers that understand the solution and understand how to make changes to ensure that everything is up and running. So we take away that on-site engineer needing to be there to go ahead and provision your phone systems, and we make it an easy to manage experience within one administration portal that you just log in via ringcentral.com. Our solution is reliable, where if, for example, we were to lose internet connection right now, I would still be connected to my phone solution, because we would then move over and utilize our carrier experiences. So my cell phone that I have my RingCentral application on my phone with a separate number on it, and it is tagged to, I am on the AT&T network. So if I was to lose my Wi-Fi coverage right now, I would then be transitioned over to my AT&T LTE signal and be able to utilize my RingCentral solution from there. We're secure. Our solution is built in the cloud. We are compliant with all the latest security features. We do have multiple data centers across the region, and all the customers' information is obviously secure in these data centers. And kind of playing back into the reliable standpoint, where, an example of secure and reliability, a couple years back when the East Coast was being hit by all those crazy hurricanes and storms, what RingCentral did was migrate all the data from the East Coast servers to our West Coast servers, and we were still well under 50% capacity to ensure that our customers were up and running if that specific data center were to go down. So know that that plays into our reliability and security features. We're flexible. Flexibility is a key benefit in these days in regards to communications. There's so many things that has been going on in this world. We just somewhat got out of the COVID pandemic, where a lot of people were working from home and needing that flexibility. And with a cloud communication solution, it provides that flexibility where the user isn't tied to their desktop or to their laptop, but have that ability to work, remotely and be connected, completely connected through any device where they choose to be or where they are needing to be. We have the ability to scale with RingCentral. We have customers who are just small one-user mom and pop shops up to 20,000 plus users. We will be able to grow at the pace that your business is wanting to grow. We have a lot of integrations that are built into the RingCentral platform, and we partner with a lot of other manufacturers that we have integrations built into to provide you as a customer with various abilities to be able to be cohesive with what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. And we are moving to the cloud is cost savings. We tend to run into customers that are needing to get used to this type of model where it's more of a subscription model more than upfront costs. I come from the world of Avaya, or prior to RingCentral, where customers need to make a huge investment on these, the hardware devices, their PBXs, networking gear, and so forth to ensure that they're up and running. And if they're needing to add more users, sometimes it's a very hefty cost in terms of needing to add, more servers into their environment and so forth down the line. So overall, moving to the cloud is cost savings based on the subscription model, where everything is housed with RingCentral or the provider rather than being housed internally. So over time, the customer is definitely saving a lot more money than they would if they had a traditional PBX. So the way that we work and communicate has definitely changed over time. So here's an example that I definitely love to use. So this is an example of me, for example. I work from home. My office for the past 6 years prior to the pandemic, I've worked from home, focused on being a regional partner manager. So this is kind of an example of how this type of solution has radically changed the way that I go about business and the ability for me to be connected, where I can be at any place at any time, from being in the kitchen, making breakfast, to going to the grocery store if I needed to. I'd never go that early. Working from my home office. If it had kids, I do not have kids, school drop off, or traveling to my office, which is my home. But this allows me the flexibility to be connected through my cell phone, for example, with one application where I can receive text messages, or I can do my conference calls through my cell phone or my laptop if I decide to go to Starbucks or wherever I have Wi-Fi connectivity. Being able to do this has definitely changed the way that I go about business. Obviously, work-life balance is very important as well. So I tend to have my D&D on, that outside my business hours, just to ensure that I can enjoy my personal life as well. But with the cloud communications, it makes it so much simpler to be able to be connected wherever and whenever you choose to be. RingCentral's overall goal is to radically simplify your communication experience. From the contact center side, as you can see with frontline agent personas, to unique workflows, we know that every single customer has a different type of communication approach that they are wanting to achieve internally. And we adapt to that, and we simplify those through different call trees and different feature sets that we do have. And then obviously your security needs are very important to us. And what we do is we put this all into one package just to simplify your overall communication experience, to allow you to work from any device, through any mode and anywhere. Here's kind of how RingCentral looks. This is kind of our ecosystem on what we focus on. On the left-hand side was more of our contact center piece with outbound contact center. We have our digital customer service, our digital or customer experience products, I would say, as well as inbound contact center. That ties in directly into your cloud PBX, which has, your phone and fax with our messaging and video meetings. One great thing with RingCentral is our solution, our contact center solution. So our CCaaS solution and our UCaaS solution actually play well with each other and they blend in with each other. There's a lot of other solutions out there that's kind of disjointed. I've learned that from working with other customers who have contact centers and have UCaaS solutions where they have to log into various different portals to accomplish one task. While with RingCentral, everything is cohesive across our platform. And like I was mentioning throughout this presentation, application or one application on my cell phone, one application on my laptop. So this is kind of a quick little snippet of how RingCentral looks. It's just one application. It's a single platform that has and incorporates your messaging, your video, your phone, your fax, and team collaboration. So every day I wake up and I just launch my RingCentral application on my phone or on my laptop, and I'm connected through various communication channels. So I mentioned Microsoft Teams. A lot of customers love utilizing Microsoft Teams for the internal team collaboration. RingCentral actually has that as well, and it's called GLIP. I think one of the greatest highlights of that feature is the unlimited file sharing. So this morning I was trying to get this presentation over to Courtney, and it was 77 megabytes for this presentation. And, through GLIP, granted, we use Google Docs or Google Drive, which is totally fine. But internally, when I need to share these type of communications, I just drag and drop to one of my team members and I can do an unlimited file share with anyone. So RingCentral is a single platform that allows you to be communicated or allows you to connect on the communication devices that you need. Our overall message is we want it to be easy to set up because we know that the cloud or PBXs in general from the start was very complex. As I mentioned earlier, I did come from Avaya, and that was extremely complex where I would have customers or partners reach out to me, ask specific questions on how to set up something, and I have no idea how to do that. Now, with our easy setup, it's like I mentioned, it's through one admin portal where you're just logging in and just setting up your call trees, ringtones, users, whatever it may be. It's all in one application. It's very easy to use through our single platform that cohesively includes your fax, text messaging, phone, collaboration, and your RingCentral video or what you're using right now. And it's really easy to manage through that one single application. I think one thing in terms of flexibility with RingCentral that I utilize on a daily basis is this effortlessly simple, like just the effortless switch between devices. There's times like right now, well, as an example, yesterday I was on a video call and my dog was ringing his bell because he needed to go outside, and I just simply pressed the button and switched over to my cell phone, was able to continue my conversation and continue my conference that I was on without any lag. It's just a seamless transition to any device. I think that's very useful in our day-to-day lives. So here's just kind of a look of our application. So here's our phone app or our RingCentral application. This is the phone that we have on it, which provides you with your messages, your calls, your missed calls, your recent calls. You can easily move to a video meeting if necessary by just clicking Meet on the bottom, as well as all your contact lists for your internal contacts, as well as external contacts. But this is where I live a lot in every day, is just this phone application, both on my laptop as well as my phone, where I can make my calls, listen to voicemails, and so forth. One great feature that we have with RingCentral is having that separate number through the application, so I can keep my work life and personal life separate. So yes, I do have my cell phone, my personal number is on that, but with the RingCentral application, I have a RingCentral phone number that I can easily know, hey, who's calling through RingCentral or who's calling through my mobile device. Back when I was with Avaya, our PBX, or the traditional PBX setup, I had to forward all calls if I was away from my desk to my personal cell phone. And when I picked that up, my personal cell phone then shows on the caller ID. So this kind of helps to keep your personal life and your work life separate, but being able to just carry one device rather than having multiple devices to be able to connect. We have our RingCentral video, which is our call to our video communications. We have webinars, we have large meeting rooms as well, RingCentral rooms. So we have a wide array of products for your video conferencing needs. So this is our call to, Zoom, for example. We used to be a very strong strategic partner with Zoom, and then Zoom decided they wanted to go ahead and play in the UCaaS space as well. So RingCentral created RingCentral Video to go about and provide our customers with that video experience that they're so used to. Here's our messaging application that we have. So it's both on the mobile device as well as on the application within your desktop or your laptop. And this is where I was talking about that unlimited file sharing, as well as text messages will show up in this messaging app. It's all built in. And, I think one great feature as well that I highlighted was the unlimited file sharing. But one thing that I do live a lot in is our groups, where we're able to group together specific individuals for, like, for example, I'm in the group with my team, I'm in the group with all of our SEs within the organization. If a technical question was to come up, I can just easily message them through that platform rather than waiting for an email to come or picking up the phone. So the mode of communications and the different alleys that we provide are very beneficial to customers as well as their external customers as well. RingCentral also works with a lot of other integrators and applications. We have over 300 plus integrations. We have 5,000 plus custom apps, and we have 50,000 developers within our ecosystem. Our answer normally is, if a customer comes to us and say, hey, do you integrate into X company? And if we do not have an integration, our answer will always be yes. We will work with that customer and that company to try and build out an integration so you can be connected through one application. So some of the applications that we integrate well with that a lot of customers utilize is Google. We utilize a lot of Google Docs, a lot of, we integrate with our Google Drives. We utilize Salesforce integrations. I utilize that on a daily basis, where it's, I click into the phone number within Salesforce and I get connected to who I need to connect with, as well as Microsoft Office products and Microsoft Teams, which is one of the integrations that a lot of customers are asking for in this day and age. So just wanted to highlight another thing that we are is global. I'm not sure if you folks work globally or have offices globally, or if you have, individual users within your organization that travel a lot but still need to be connected. Our RingCentral Global, our MVP solution is global, and we do have a global compliance. We have availability in over 100 plus countries. We have 28 data centers globally. So basically, with the cloud solutions, if I'm in France right now, if I was to make a call back into the US, it would bounce to the data center that's closest to France and then over to the US. And my experience, I was in London at one point on vacation. I needed to connect with colleagues for some work-related issues, and I was able to connect with them real quick without any lag or latency. And it's because of our data centers. We're not bouncing from, Australia to the US or from France to the US, or bouncing to the nearest data center that then connects us to our calls. So it's a very, very easy transition with zero latency and very reliable connections. Here are some of our key strategic partnerships that we do have in place. as the #1 UCaaS provider out there globally, key strategic partnerships are key. So a lot of these partners have trusted RingCentral to provide their customers with their cloud communications. So Avaya Cloud Office is a RingCentral product. So we partner with Avaya with their ACO product line to provide their customers with the RingCentral cloud solution. We have just partnered with Mitel earlier this year, where all of the Mitel cloud customers are now migrating over to RingCentral as Mitel continues to focus with on-prem solutions. They're pushing all of their current cloud customers and future cloud customers over to RingCentral. We have Unify Office by RingCentral, as well as Rainbow Office powered by RingCentral. And these are strategic partnerships that we have with these larger providers out of Europe. So with RingCentral, we touched on the reliability aspect of RingCentral, the security aspect. We're compliant, we're global, and most of all, and very importantly, we're innovative. Every day, we are innovating our features and our solutions to keep up with the trend of how we're communicating now and how we will be communicating in the future by incorporating various innovations into our everyday lives to ensure that our customers are continuously able to communicate the way that they want to. And that is the end of my presentation. Do we have any questions out there that I can answer around RingCentral or UCaaS in general?
Not seeing any questions right now, but that's a good opportunity to ask a few things and converse as well. And I know George and I have talked a lot with different clients, and find it fascinating the amount of people who always ask, well, if you're working globally, do you have to have that phone sitting next to you? And I hope through this explanation, people understand now that as long as you have that app, you're able to travel with it wherever you want to go and set up even new employees. We've got a lot of clients that have like one person who might be working in another state, and it's rather convenient, so they can still be part of that team and that collaboration effort.
Yeah, and to your point, I think me and Courtney were talking about this yesterday as well, with just the ability to be completely mobile and not be tagged to that, phone on your desktop or be tagged to your laptop or desktop computer. A couple of years back, I had to spend a 3-week stint in Hawaii. My mom was in the hospital out there, and I was still able to work from the hospital every day, being fully connected, not being tied to my desk, waiting for my phone to ring, or being able to check my voicemails, or having the ability not to have to forward all my calls to my personal device and have my personal number being shown to customers or whoever calls me. So that flexibility and freedom was allowing me to just in this day and age, we run into so many scenarios where we can't always be tied to our desks. We have children that we have to run to school or pick up from school. We have errands sometimes throughout the day that we just cannot escape from. And having the ability to be connected day in and day out, wherever you want to be on any device, just, allows you that flexibility to work from anywhere.
I know another thing too that has been a great benefit for people that you touch on a little bit, but if you are at a networking event, a conference, a luncheon, or maybe even a webinar like this, and you get calls and you're not able to get to that call right away, you automatically get an MP3 of it right to your email if you'd like.
Yeah, and I utilize that feature, where that feature comes in handy to me pretty much every day. So it gets sent to you by an MP3, or it also transcribes into text for you. So there's times where I'm on a conference call and I can't necessarily listen to the voicemail, but I can read exactly what was said, and I can just respond quickly with an email. Hey, sorry, I'm on a call. I know this is mission critical. Please send me details, or whatever it may be. So it allows our voicemail solutions, or the solution that comes with the product, just easily transitions into an MP3 or a text file for you to be able to communicate in other alternative communication needs if necessary.
Well, we're
I
still
think
waiting to
what's
see if we have.
nice, sorry.
Go ahead.
Sorry, Doug. I think what's nice about the feature that you guys were just talking about too is that I know work-life balance is a huge topic, you know, in the news right now and that kind of thing. And it allows you to kind of, you know, the text option allows you to view that without, you know, and maybe mark it as something to do later, so that if you're, you know, if you're not in work mode, you have that ability to kind of separate that. So I think that's what's great about this platform, is that, you know, you can kind of, while you have access to those things all the time, you can also use it to really try to maintain that work-life balance.
Exactly. And, you know, with the traditional PBXs that a lot of customers still have in place, you don't have the option of text messages or, you know, fax to email and so forth down the line. But with this application, or moving more towards the cloud-based applications, you have that ability to pick and choose when you want to respond to a text message. Maybe you might be in a busy meeting and you can't respond right away. You still have that ability to do that. Everything is, you know, on your cell phone or on your mobile laptop. Everything is through one number rather than having, you know, two numbers, a fax number and a phone number, or another number to text. Everything is through one number. So my RingCentral phone number will allow me to do my video conferencing if I was to connect through video right now. If I wanted to make a phone call, send a text message, or send a fax, everything is tagged to one number. But that work-life balance is very important to me as well. And that's why I highlight, you know, our do not disturb status that we do have on there, that I do turn on when I'm out of office, or, you know, out of office hours, just to ensure that my personal life is separate. And one of the main things I think that will help to keep your personal life and your work life separate is having that separate number through the RingCentral application. So every time you have any customer that comes to RingCentral on our MVP platform is provided with their own different phone number. We could port in numbers if you currently have numbers that you're utilizing, or we have a bank of numbers that our customers do utilize as well. But it keeps my personal life separate, where if traditionally I would forward my desktop phone to my cell phone, but once it connects over, my personal phone number is shown on the customer's caller ID on the other end. So this allows me to just keep completely separate.
Any other questions or thoughts? George, do you want to chime in?
Well, I mean, you guys have hit the high points on there. I think one thing that is kind of a misnomer is that, you know, for you to have a lot of enterprise class features within a phone system or phone service, you have to have a higher end type of deployment. And they really bring these features, these enterprise features, down to the small business level. You know, you could be a business of about 10 to 15 employees, and to have a system this robust on a local system, it's pretty expensive. And what RingCentral brings is these enterprise class features to the small businesses that can utilize those. So it's not just something that is for large organizations or small. It's right there in the sweet spot where everybody gets these enterprise class features that they could use.
That is a very, very good point. You know, because we have a lot of customers who maybe, you know, they're a mom and pop shop, but they have one or two businesses or one or two locations. And with RingCentral and those enterprise class features, if they were to have to house an on-site PBX, that tends to be extremely expensive and kind of robust for that type of environment. And to add the enterprise features, even more expensive. But with RingCentral, you know, we have our packages in place that come with these enterprise features where we can set up a call tree to, you know, with one number where a customer will call, you know, they're a 1-800 number, a local number, and they can click different options and be transferred to the right location or department or or whatever it may be, that isn't necessarily included in the on-site PBXs, where those are just, more robust enterprise features that customers have to pay or shell out a little more money for to get that. So that's a really great point with just the flexibility of moving to a cloud-based communications platform.
Well, it looks like we don't have any other questions or thoughts. Do you want to officially wrap anything up, Brice? Any final thoughts from you?
Yeah, no, thank you so much all for your time today. Really appreciate it. And, I really appreciate you folks wanting to learn more about RingCentral or UCaaS in general and how we differ from the traditional on-site PBXs, as well as, just the benefits of migrating to the cloud. I hope you found this presentation beneficial. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to the amazing people at LammTech, who will then, reach out to me if they have any questions and so forth that you may have to further help you understand the benefits of moving to the cloud.
All right, thank you very much, Brice. Again, that's Brice from RingCentral. We appreciate his insight and expertise today. We appreciate your time as well for joining us and learning more about the communication side of things that we partner with at LammTech. Again, if you're a current client, you want to see what you learned today pertains to your agreement, feel free to reach out after the webinar. And if you're new to LammTech and want to learn more about our offerings, feel free to give me a call. My direct number is 660-851-7342. You can also email me, which you can see on the screen there, doug@lammtech.com. And of course, you can also go to our website for even more information at lammtech.com. Thanks for your time. Hope you have a fantastic day.